Hey, what's happening? You know, it's become out of fashion to incorporate any cardiovascular work these days. Usually people say, well, I want to put on muscle size, I want to start my weight training regimen, but I really don't want to incorporate any cardiovascular for many reasons. They'll give you a myriad of reasons why they don't want to continue with a top-notch cardiovascular program. You know what I say to them? I say that probably your cardiovascular program should take precedent over your weight training program, or at least be looked upon as an equal. Because if you incorporate both, of course, you're ahead of the game. You're doing something wonderful for yourself. A cross-training routine is fabulous. It saves time. It does a lot of things that we would like to do in a much shorter amount of time. You get in the gym, you get out. But I suggest you go outside. As you see where I am today, it's an absolute beautiful morning. And the fact that the morning is so gorgeous and I'm spending time outside, a little vitamin D, a little bit of fresh air with no mask, of course, because if you're stifled with that mask each and every day, well, you're hurting. I really feel for you. If you have a job that you must keep that mask on every day, every hour that you're working, I feel sorry for you, because that's an unnatural state. That's got to be pretty difficult. But nevertheless, you get outdoors away from people like I am right now, and you enjoy the outdoors and incorporate your exercise. But again, now today, I'm devoting my entire session, my entire workout to cardiovascular. I ran about 2 miles. I threw in a few push-ups, or threw a few crunches. It wouldn't be me if I didn't throw in a few crunches, you know, but I actually concentrated on cardiovascular. And how I do it, in a nutshell, not to take too much time, is more or less in intervals. I'll sprint for 2 minutes, or maybe about 200 steps. I'll run at a medium pace for another 200. I'll slow down again for 200, only to increase once again to an intense pace for 200, so on and so forth. Sometimes I increase the amount of time in those intervals. Sometimes I increase the amount of steps. I count that way. Whatever the case may be, cardio is wonderful running, actually, or your bike, I guess. But I prefer running because there's no equipment involved. All you have to do is walk out your door and you got yourself a workout. So I just ran out before I can think twice this morning and talk myself out of it before I ate anything. I don't eat in the morning. I fast until 1 p.m. And I don't fast until 1 p.m. because I'm overweight, because I'm certainly not. I fast because it works well for me. I forget about that notion that I have to eat breakfast. I forget about that notion that I have to eat 3, 4, 5, even 6 meals per day, the way people that are into weight training tend to do sometimes. I used to eat that way. It worked well for me at one period of time, but I'll tell you, as I go along with my training, I find that the least amount of food that I can put in, the better. I think we eat too much, as I mentioned in a prior video. I won't get into that extensively, but we do eat too much. But cardiovascular is so great. Now you see I have a hill right here, as you see, an incline, which I'll incorporate as I run. You know, I'll walk down that hill and maybe run up that hill, and then down and up again, maybe some figure eights. I'll do that in supplementing what I did earlier before. I use my imagination when I train. But again, today is all about cardiovascular, all about improving my heart health. And if you leave that part out of your fitness regimen, you're doing yourself a great disservice. A little bit of both is best. A combination of both is better. But don't forget the cardio in your routine, because maybe it'll take an inch off your bicep, or maybe you won't be quite as huge or I don't know, bulky or muscular, whatever you're going for, as you would be had you omitted the cardiovascular. Maybe that's true. But think about it. Do you want 1 more inch on your bicep, or do you want to be heart healthy? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Stay tuned. I'll hit a workout later on for part 2 of the video. Stay tuned. I'll see you later. Oh, by the way, subscribe to Ralph Romeo Fitness on YouTube. I would appreciate it very much. Thanks.